Hi, I'm Dr. Bonnie Clipper, the Chief Clinical Officer at Wambi. Today, I'm here with Dr. Seun Ross, Chief Nursing Officer at InGenesis. Sean, thank you for taking the time to be with me today.
Of course.
Sean, our world continues to change very rapidly, and as nurses, people often look to us for guidance. What thoughts and insights can you share on how we can show up as our best selves, and how do we work to make the world a better place? What's our contribution there?
Bonnie, I think that we have compounding issues these days. You have COVID, we have a pandemic that we are in the midst of. We have an economic crisis we're in the midst of. We're also in the midst of climate change, and then we're also in the midst of this sort of global uprising for equality and to end discrimination and racism in the country. So I think what nurses are really, really good at is empathy, right? We are carers through and through. Whatever it takes to get a person well. And I often tell people that it is not just the physical wellness that we focus on, but we focus on mental wellness and emotional health. So I think it is incumbent on all of us as nurses to educate ourselves, right? We need to understand all of the issues in and out. I think we need to remove politics from our landscape. Politics are really personal to each of us individually. But I think if you want to truly understand what is going on, you have to understand the science, you have to understand the social constructs of all of it. So first thing I would say is to educate yourself. Understand both sides of the coin, three sides of the coin, whatever it is, all opinions on the matter, so that you can effectively address each issue or whatever you come up against. I've dealt with nurses or sending nurses to places that COVID has particularly hit very hard, and they're concerned that they're going to come back, not that they are going to die per se, but that they're going to kill their family members when they get back. And so it's one of those things where you use good hard facts to say, you know what, I really appreciate that you are you're willing to care for people, to help get them well, prevent people from dying. And if you take the proper precautions, you won't harm yourself and you will harm your family. I think for majority of us, whether you're working from home or you're working in an office or in a hospital, if you are encounter people of African American descent, or just minorities in general, Hispanics, Latinos, Asian Americans. I think it's important that we hear everyone out, right? Hear both sides of it. You remove your personal feelings and just listen. I think the issue is that people have their own notions about what race and racism means. And just having a conversation and being open-minded changes things. I think that changes opinions too, whether, for the good or for the bad, it just changes opinions. And then, for climate change, it is hot here where I am right now. It's like 90 degrees. And so when you think about what you want to leave as nurses, what we want to leave for our children, for our patients, so that our patients can breathe easier, our families can breathe easier. Our children will know, and our great-grandchildren will know what an elephant is or a giraffe is. I think it's incumbent on all of us to just read, listen for understanding, and be empathetic, as we have all, as nurses, been taught to do. So I think, if you do just those things, I think we will do society, as we always have, a great service.
I love that. And you made me think of something that I heard this weekend in a podcast, and it was about listening to hear, not listening to respond. So
Right.
I've learned a lot about myself in the last several weeks. And as I shared with you, I really want to do a better job to listen and understand so that I can amplify the work that needs to be done. So I appreciate you sharing that insight. And Sean, where can people find you on social media?
My handle on Twitter is Dr. So DRAKARN. So that's my handle. I'm also on LinkedIn as Seun Ross. And those are the only two social media platforms that I have time for. So those two places you can find me or reach out to me, or you can email me at sross@InGenesis, INGENESIS.com.
Awesome. That's so cool. And thanks again for your time today, Sean. Really great catching up with you.
Same. Thank you so much.
And I am Dr. Bonnie Clipper. And remember, at Wambi, moments move us.